Today we're going to playtest a broken 4-3-3 tactic on Football Manager. This is the same broken tactic that won us back-to-back promotions from Scottish League 2 all the way up to the Scottish Championship with East Fife. Now there's a lot of talk about how the tactic is unrealistic and how some player roles might clash with one another. So in this video we're going to look at how the tactic actually plays out in the game. So I sacrificed my Arsenal save to actually do this playtest, and we met up with the team somewhere between November, and currently we're top of the league, but we have a game coming up against Liverpool. They are 12th and they probably need the win more than we do. This is also an opportunity for you to take a sneak peek as to how I normally approach games, even when I'm using the downloaded tactic, what I go on to do and how I normally go out to adapt and tweak the system to actually help us win games in case it's not going well. So for this particular game, we're going to do a playtest with the broken 4-3-3 tactic. We are going to pick the team. Instead of using a quick pick, we're going to pick it individually. I'll start with the goalkeeper then. I know my best goalkeeper is Lee Stevens. The other goalkeepers are what I wanted to pick, but because I want the tactic to work at its best, I have to pick the goalkeeper that has better match sharpness. Now, the main issue with this system is that they said that there's a Metzala and an inside forward on the same side. In fact, on both sides, it's two Metzalas and two inside forwards. So he's sort of cramming the same roles into the system, but let's see how the players actually operate with the system. If it's exactly what we're thinking is going to happen, will happen during the game. So now that I've gone through to pick the entire squad, what I do next is to go ahead and ask to pick without restriction the remaining unpicked positions. So you can see picked unpicked positions only. That is going to go ahead and fill up the substitutes bench for us, and then we can jump into the game that way. Now, team talks are really important for me. I just feel it gives you a morale boost when you're going on to start the game. So I try to get the best response possible. For this, I'm actually going to just use point finger instruction and then tell my team that we are expected to actually try and win the game. It's an important game. Do your best to try and win it. That's not going to give them much of a boost, but you can see, go ahead and use the secondary shouts or go ahead and use the secondary team talk. Try and have faith in everybody. That usually just gives the players a slight morale boost that can help us in the game. So the game is about to kick off now, and the game against Liverpool, they're currently 12th. Let's hope that something really bad doesn't happen in this game. So off the bat, I can just go ahead and pause the game here. We already know that we have two Metzalas, two inside forwards, one advanced forward, and a back forward that has two wing backs on support duty and two ball playing defenders on defend. So what's going to happen in this scenario here is that, looking at the way our players play, I do expect that my Metzala and my inside forward are going to get in the same area. That is what the textbook logic tells us is going to happen. But FM24 is sort of positionally intelligent in the sense that your players can adjust their position and try to figure out what's going to happen during match scenarios. So let's just see how the players respond to this new tactic. Great press there. Douglas is in possession. Can we go ahead and trigger him? Douglas. He can't seem to play out. Okay. Now Liverpool do have possession of the ball. We haven't seemed to recover it yet at this point. Yes, Makame. Grima. So it's still early in the minutes in this particular match, and we're finally getting some spell of possession of the ball, even though Liverpool went on to lose it. Here's Wright. You can see our team tried to string some passes together and go. My wingback just lost possession. We've recovered it here with Taylor. Here's Bernadette. Inside forward in Blot. He's playing in an inside forward run. He's gone all the way to the center of the pitch. And we can see the Metala here on number 7, which is... No, that's not number 7. That's number 16 in Serge Blot. He's playing in the number 6 wing position. No, that's not number 7. That's Serge Blot. He's playing as an inside forward on this side. So very close to where I would expect the Metzala to be. But let's just try and observe how the match unfolds. Here's my wing back on support duty. Plays a long cross into Blot. He wasn't able to get that. Here's Fucha. Plays another cross. So there's going to be a lot of crossing, spamming in this particular game because of the player rules that I have. Liverpool do have a corner at this point, and wow, let's hope that it doesn't really go that badly. Here's Douglas with the corner. Oh, we've conceded. Oh my goodness. That didn't go as planned. Here comes the playtest. So we're still trying to break down Liverpool's defense. Nothing has really turned up yet. Taylor out to Hansen, out to Wright. He's lost possession of that. Here's Pirieto. Marshall recovers possession. Tries to just spam it through the middle. Doesn't actually work out. Great recovery by Blot out to Fucha. Plays it forward. Here's Mohamed Demetala. Through again to Blot. He's just being wasteful with that. So in situations like this, when I notice that my players are just wasting a lot of chances, what I like to do is to drop the tempo slightly higher or just straight to the middle and have the team play the tempo through the middle the way it's supposed to be. Rubio is in possession. We don't really struggle to win possession back. Here's Aranjo. And he's missed it. Oh my goodness. How? Based on match stats, we are completely dominating the game except the one goal that Liverpool went on to score from the corner. They've had only one shot and one on target, and that was it. We're still in complete control of this game, just that we're losing right now. Yes, sir. Out to Grima, out to Murefu, Duda, Douglas, created the assist. Ooh, didn't get one there. So you have a chance on the corner now. Blot out to Haranjo. He's lost possession. There's Mohammed again, playing as a Metala on the right-hand side. Aranjo is there. Can he just play a square ball? Wasn't able to do it. Went straight for goal. So at halftime, we've currently had 9 shots and none of them have been on target. And Liverpool had just 3 shots and 2 of them are on target. One of them actually was the goal. So what I noticed from this playtest is that we have created a lot of chances, but they're not clear-cut chances or enough for us to actually hit them on target. So what I did first was to, of course, drop the tempo to slightly normal tempo. I can go ahead and shift the attacking width again to fairly wide, or even just normal, fairly wide like this. Even though I'm still leaving the mentality on attacking, what I would normally do is to drop to a balanced mentality. But at this point, I'm not really going to try that just yet. I can just go ahead and encourage the team for the second half and see if we can go ahead and push Liverpool at this point. Yes, right. Out to Joseph. Out to Taylor. Lovely ball to Aranjo. Do we have bodies in there? Nope. Once it's past the hour mark, it's time to start making substitutions. Here's Blot in possession of the ball. Tries to recycle it out to right. Out to Joseph. Play the through ball. Here's Aranjo. Can he just square it back? No, he doesn't. So we're close to the last 20 minutes of the game. To me, is the most important point when you're actually playing a match. What I would go on to do or to tweak in this system to actually get the best out of Liverpool or give us a chance to get the best out of Liverpool, hoping this is going to work, is to switch Aranjo to play as, instead of playing on attack duty, he's going to play on support duty now. And now Metala on attack duty, I'm going to change him to play as an advanced playmaker on support. So adding more supporting roles actually helps us slow the game down a bit more. Now I'm going to drop the mentality from attacking to positive and see that to some reason we may actually be able to create something from that. Martin Taylor hasn't had the best of games. I'm going to just bring on Alexander Stiegler at this point. He has better finishing. He also has the ability to roam from position because he's a deep line forward on support duty. So I'm going to bring on Stiegler in here and then of course get into the team instruction. Notice that I did not have the walk the ball into the box instruction selected. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that option now because we want to try and slow the game down and see if we can break down Liverpool's defense. Because we're not doing enough to actually break them down. And considering that I want to switch the attacking width to fairly wide again because I noticed we're a bit too narrow and they're cramped in their own box. So I'm just going to go ahead and confirm this. And this is the way we're going to actually finish the game. The last 15 minutes of the game, hopefully we're going to get something out of it. Fingers crossed. Another corner. Oh, this is a long throw this time. Out to Futcher, out to Haranjo. He's on support duty now. Walton Hansen. Oh, come on. Play back. Nobody's there. Come on. So Blot is getting tired of all the running that he's been doing. We might go ahead and change him so he doesn't cost us the game. Just after this highlight. Hold on. Walton Hansen. Out to Mohammed. Makes a run. Out to Aranjo. Very good move. Mohammed. Goes backwards. He's lost possession. Hold on. Stiegler. Oh, my days. How did he miss? Oh, Liverpool, you are stubborn. So the last 8 minutes of the game now, we're going to go ahead and take off Blot and hand. Who do I bring on now? Michael Harms. Now, with the sake of Michael Harms, I can switch the role now from playing as an inside forward to a winger on support duty. Have him play on that side as a winger, so just cross the ball to Stiegler, get somebody in there, and then of course Neil Nolan can come in as a wing back to actually give the support and try to play more crosses coming from the right hand side to Stiegler to see if we can actually go ahead and finish up those chances. We have 5 minutes more to save our skins in this game. Yes, Piper. Long ball out to Prieto. Prieto plays it down to Evans. João Neves makes it 2. Game, set, and match. We're done and dusted. We actually want to lose the game against Liverpool. There's what we have, guys. The game is up. It cost us. Playing this one system against Liverpool was not actually the best thing that we could go ahead and do. And it actually dropped maximum points here in this game. Even though we played well, it wasn't enough for us to actually score a goal or even get something out of it. I don't know if we didn't really get robbed. We probably didn't play as well as we could have played. Here's Nolan, plays a long ball out to Stiegler. The goalkeeper just gets it. Oh my goodness. There's the game done and dusted. It could have been worse. And no, it can't actually get worse than this. We had 19 shots on target, or 19 shots, 4 on target, 1.95 XG. So Liverpool did a job on us defensively. They had all the possession, by the way, but 46% wasn't really good. It's not a possession-based tactic, so that's why we went on to have 46%. But altogether, it was a disappointing performance from the team and the tactic in this playtest. But let's not rule out the tactic just yet. Let's give it another go. We tried in a different game, the game after Liverpool. Wow. We have a Premier League game coming up against Chelsea. And then Spurs. Bloody hell. So for this next game against Chelsea, we're actually going to just run into the game with a quick pick and see how the team actually performs, whether the assistant is better at choosing the lineup than I am. So just in the game against Chelsea, hopefully we can actually turn this thing around, because looking at the way it's looking now, we're more broken than the tactic itself. There's Shiba, Atupuyol. We tend to start the game well with our pressing, we recover possession well. Taylor with the corner, Atubani, Atubukvik. Nope. Ref, isn't that a penalty? So again, we see a consistent pattern where we're dominating the game. What's happening is Hendrick, Atu Taylor. Inside forwards on attack duty in this system tend to almost act like wingers. What did my striker just bloody do there? This is the point where I go into the shouts and berate my team for such a terrible performance. It's been the first 25 minutes, we're still dominating the game, we're not scoring. Chelsea has only one shot, none of them on target. Let's book with the free kick. Oh, that was close. We're going to have to follow the same pattern of dropping intensity. When you notice your team creating a lot of chances, not scoring goals, is it advisable that you drop the intensity, or do you ramp up the intensity? There's Marshall, out to Mohamed, out to Rixgel. Mohamed, Marshall, out to Barney. Great ball. Here's Mohamed. This time he scores. And we've gotten our first goal in this playtest. Took a lot of doing though. Now I can feel better about the tactic, to be honest. I was getting awkward feelings. So at halftime, we can encourage my team to do a bit better, but I'm going to just go ahead and tell them that they could be, I don't like what I just saw from them. They could do better, to be honest. I remember beating Chelsea earlier this season. So here's Taylor. Ooh. Okay, Barney has it. Marshall. He's lost possession. Oh my goodness. Ramirez. Oh, come on. They're triggering him. When Fucha goes on to get possession of the ball, they tend to just rush him and then try to get the ball back. There's Hendrick, 1-1. Whew, that was terrible. Wait, it should be offside, right? That should be offside. Surely it was offside. Ha ha ha, offside. So it's about an hour now. Before we take the free kick, I like to just go ahead and tweak some things to help us finish off the game. Because the tactic is a, what would I call it? It's a downloaded tactic. I like to just allow my players play the roles that they're favorable to play in. For so far so good, we've been dominated the game with that system. We've wanted to score only one goal despite our maximum dominance, and that is something I do not like about the tactic. So Bufik at this point, again, I'm going to just do the same thing. I think an advanced playmaker role works well for him. Okay, the Mentala here is going to be on support duty, and then I can allow advanced playmaker here to play on attack duty. So allow Mohamed to be an advanced playmaker on attack, and then inside forward this time, I'm also going to allow him, I think he's going to stay on attack duty. So just to have a blend of player roles and player duties. And then Martin Taylor, I've noticed most of this save, my advanced forward in Martin Taylor has not been playing well. So I'm going to just bring on another striker here in Bergvis. How do you pronounce his name? Big House. I love that name. Big House is more of a pressing forward, so I can just go ahead and add him to play as a pressing forward. He's 2-star. Maybe my team is just somewhat average, to be honest. Maybe that's why we're not dominating teams, right? So go ahead and confirm. Taylor with the free kick now. Passes it to Bukvik. Oh, he didn't actually get that. Can he just shoot again? Ref. Oh my goodness, that's not a penalty. The broken 4-3-3 tactic is not a possession-based tactic, despite being a 4-3-3 system. So for the last how many minutes of the game, I do not want to lose this game. I don't want to drop points. We are going to have to do something. Ah, cool. That was close. That was close. We have to do something right now. So we're leading 1-0. Help me if this is sacrilege. We're going to switch to a balance, what do you call it, a balanced mentality. And we're going to drop the tempo slightly lower and slightly shorter to try and regain some control of the match, because the way it's looking, I like to have possession. So here's Blot out to Barney. Ooh, that was close. That was really, really close. So we have a corner from that. Buvik with the corner. What I notice is we tend to play to the near post or far post in most of our corners. And so when it's going to the far post, the goalkeeper tends to get it. And I don't like that. I've kind of delegated it to the assistant or to the set piece coach to do it. And I'm going to have to reconsider that right now. So Buvik with the corner. Again, the goalkeeper gets it. Oh my God. What's my coach doing? So Chelsea now have a corner. My goalkeeper better get this one. Honestly, I would be... Okay. Cleared away. Lovely. Oh, come on. Oh my God. What have we done? You just know he was going to tackle that player. You can sense it coming. So Chelsea have a penalty. My goalkeeper is just, I don't know what he's doing. Ah! I know what he's doing now. He's making a save. Okay, quick corner for Chelsea. Oh, come on. Can we clear the ball now? It's like using balance. We started inviting pressure to ourselves. Can we have possession of the ball? No way, that's not another penalty. Okay. Barney, Arturiskel. Okay, I think we're having some control of the game. So let's just go ahead and make our substitutions. Higuain coming off. Oh my goodness, I didn't bring my defensive midfielder. I didn't bring Uche Joseph. Quick pick sucks. So Barney is going to come off as well for Vladimir Kosanovic, and then Blot is going to come off for Aranjo. So I prefer Aranjo to be a winger at this time. He's going to play on attack duty. And then Nolan, to try and finish off the game, I'm going to take him off for right. And right, in this sense, is going to play as a fullback on automatic duty. That's going to be where we're going to actually finish the game. And we might go ahead and play cautious mentality now. But let's just see how we're able to finish this. Higuain is pressed almost immediately. He has possession of the ball. Fucha. Out to Blot. Blot is going to come off soon. Bugvik. Play that through ball. Oh, he goes out wide. Plays across. Berghuis. At least he has a shot on target, right? Okay. We have like 4 in this game. All right, I think we're too far apart from each other, so I'm going to go with a fairly wide attacking width now. So all those square passes will not just get cut off. So 1.35 XG. We're looking good. 6 more minutes of added time. So 96 minutes of added time. Last minute. Chelsea have possession. What could this be? Oh, nothing. Okay, 1-0. So our second playtest game. Oh my goodness. It was actually a close one. We went on to dominate the game as well. Better XG, better possession this time. And I think that's because we went on to play a more balanced, short passing, possession-based style of play towards the ending of the game. But the immediate tactic itself got us 1 goal at the early or just before halftime. And that was enough to actually help us secure 3 points against Chelsea. And our next result is probably the biggest of this playtest. And we're going to have to play against third place Tottenham Hotspur, the North London derby. For the final game of our playtest, we're going to play a Tottenham team that has beaten us before in the UEFA Super Cup. They actually play a 4-4-2 system in the opposition instructions, as we can see. My players don't seem to like playing against Tottenham. You guys better suit up. Honestly, this Tottenham game is going to be bloody. So Spurs kick off 4-4-2 against our broken 4-3-3 system. So what I noticed early on that gets us a lot of problem when we're playing with this 4-3-3 system is that our tempo is a bit too high. So it doesn't allow... Okay, hold on. Hold on, Taylor. Cut back. Oh my God. You see the problem with the high tempo? We have to drop it like right now. Hold on. Let me just drop it to like normal tempo because I don't know why my player is shooting that. Like, why is he shooting that far out? Come on. Tottenham are dominating possession of the ball. Here's Higuain. Lovely header. Oh, come on. We're creating better chances though, even though Tottenham have possession of the ball. Yes, Taylor. Ooh. Cantero, just bloody hell. This tactic lacks possession of the ball. That is one key aspect that I've noticed in this system. We're struggling to actually control games by possession, but in every other start, we tend to just dominate the game. So you see, it shows that we're not wasting a lot of time on the ball. We're just getting it, trying to score as quickly as we can, creating a lot of chances, creating shots, getting better XG. But possession, we're not holding onto the ball for nothing. Jesus Manuel with Spurs. Can we recover possession here, like right now? Ah, come on. Spurs are growing into it. Yes, Fallon. To the far post. Ah, Buvik. We have how many? 2 against 3. And then there's Buvik, which could have made us 3, but he's so far away from the strikers. Tottenham have 2 recovery. Oh, here's Taylor. Bloody hell. This guy actually missed. This guy actually missed. Great counter attack. This guy actually missed. Jesus. There have been very few chances in the first half. We still have our average of 46% possession. That's something I've noticed has been consistent in all 3 games that we've gone on to play. Spurs have better shots on target though, even though their XG is like 0.16, so we're limiting them to that. But we're not getting good chances on goal. It seems like we're rushing things. Again, I think it's a mentality. So we're going to drop this down to the balance mentality. I know it's a bit far from where we're supposed to be, but let's just drop it down to balance for now. So at this point, like I mentioned, I think I'm going to start really early. I'm going to start tweaking my player roles to suit the players that are actually playing on the field. So here's Barney. Barney can play as a winger on support duty, and then I can have Blot play as an inverted winger this time on attack duty. Buvik is more of a playmaker and a mezzala, so I can allow him to be a mezzala. Oh, he's comfortable playing as a central midfielder on attack duty. So that is something Spurs might not be expecting. So having players as a central midfielder on attack, and of course the tactic changes completely now when I go ahead and use mezzala up here using an advanced playmaker instead of mezzala at this point. Let me just go ahead and stick to the mezzala here, have him play on attack DT and the central midfielder also on attack DT, and see what's actually going to happen. Okay, Spurs, what have you got? What's that? Walton Hansen. Do not lose that. Don't do this. Okay. Calm down. Buvik has lost possession at a crucial moment. Oh my god. Blot recovers possession all the way from where he was. He's actually one of my best players. Here's Taylor. Blot. Mohammed. Oh, that should have been offside, right? Yeah, it is. Go ahead and encourage the boys. Well, you're not playing badly, but come on, boys. Spurs are winning a lot of headers. I don't know if that's important, but we're going to go ahead and play with low crosses now and drop the attacking width to fairly just normal wide width and see how the team performs with that. Marshall out to Risco. Mohammed. Risco. Do not lose it. Blot. Through ball, please. Oh, come on. At this point, player instructions for take more risk is going to be in order because I need him to actually start playing through balls for me right now. Maybe I would ask him to also be more direct with his passing. That would encourage him to play a bit more through balls for us. And we're also going to tweak the mentality to take us to a possession-based style of play. We're going to switch to positive now, allowing us to at least have some possession of the ball, because at this point we are not holding possession. There's Higuain, out to Walter Hassan. Barney! All that wasted chance. Why are we rushing our chances? Barney has not played well. I need to go ahead and bring on somebody in Kola. Okay, David Aranjo this time. I think he started the first game. We can have him finish off the last game. And Nolan, of course, Risco. We're going to go ahead and change somebody else for Risco. Marshall can come in for Risco. And then we can have Risco go off. Oh, who is this? Cotro? No. Higuain can finish off this game. And then we have Uche Joseph to play as a deep line playmaker on defend duty. And hopefully he can create something for us. What will happen if we don't win this Spurs game? Like, are we going to drop on the table or something? We're currently leading the table, right? Jesus Manuel. Out to Kriakidis. Oh my god. Look at that space. Nicolau. You can get the ball back. Oh my god. Oh, it's about to happen. Ha! Bro. We no longer have possession of the ball. Our tactic has changed completely. And even though we're creating better chances, we're not creating as many chances as we wanted to create. Maybe that's what switching from attacking to positive does for you. Walton Hansen is carrying the ball out. He's about to lose it. He has lost it. regains possession back. Higuain playing in an uncomfortable position right now, but he goes ahead to carry the ball out. Aranjo cuts inside, plays a risky pass. Nolan still gets it. Oh my goodness. Ref. For what? Red card for what? Oh my god. Are we getting robbed here or something? So what do you do when you have a red card against Spurs in the North London derby? Do we just go for it, or what do we do here? Okay, Mezzala on support duty to help with the flank. Advanced playmaker on support duty to help with the middle. Taylor, you're on your own, so you might have to first of all get off the field. And do we have somebody else? Davide Milano. He hasn't played a lot this season, but he's a kind of attacking player that is not really a finisher. So maybe Trequartista. He's not going to defend, but at least he's going to stay forward. So I need somebody that can stay forward. You can have him play as a Trequartista. Then change the mentality from positive to defensive. At this point, that is what we have to do. That is what we choose to do. Last, how many minutes do we have left? 6. Oh my god. We better not lose this game. I'll not be happy. 2 minutes to go. I think we got a point. That's mature football, right? Hang on. Hang on. Okay, that's it. No. Tough game, but we shared the points in the end. And I'm not happy, but we had better XG, 1.54. Again, we see our drop in possession to 44% possession. To be honest, I'm not happy about this tactic. I wish it could be better, but this is what it is. It helped us with East Fife win back-to-back promotions for a long period of time. But in these 3 games for Arsenal, I know it's just fresh. We didn't start preseason with it. It's kind of meh. They didn't really give us anything, to be honest. We had least possession. Maybe that's why it worked for East Fife. We could not have possession of the ball a lot, and then we could just hit teams fire on like that with a lot of chances. That's probably why we got promoted back to back with East Fife. But with Arsenal here in our first 3 playtest games, it kind of was just average. It didn't really help us like score as many goals, because at this point dominance is not enough. You have to actually score goals. If not, you're going to drop points. And yeah, so that's pretty much how the game went on against in all the playtests that we went on to do. So if you did enjoy this video, do let me know. If you want to see more playtests on Football Manager with other Football Manager tactics, do let me know. And you can share tactics with me as well that you want to see as a playtest, is to actually feel the tactic to see how they actually work out. So thanks for sticking around. I'll see you in the next video.